Hello, and welcome to Ice is Slippery, an unserious podcast about hockey brought to you by 1.5 hockey fans. My name is Kate, and I'm the hockey fan.
And my name is Fred. I'm half a hockey fan.
Good morning, Fred. How are you today?
You know, I'm pretty good. I'm drinking coffee, so watch out.
Luckily, I will be leaving the house today, and I will not have to be around you.
Yeah.
Caffeinated Fred is a lot.
No, I cut out most of the caffeine. I have a cup of tea every now and then, but oof, I got a black coffee over here, and I'm ready to go. I got some hot takes I'm ready to spill.
Living dangerously. Oh boy, this is gonna be a lot for me this morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, first, before we get into it, I need to say happy birthday to my friend Miguel. His birthday was this past week.
Happy birthday, Miguel.
Yeah, he is a longtime friend and he listens to the podcast and is just about the most supportive person in the world. And I truly adore him. So I hope he had a wonderful birthday.
That's very nice. I adore him too. I don't know him very well, but I've known him for a long time.
Just because I talk about how great he is all the time. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's true. It's true. He is the most beloved Miguel in our household.
Yep.
So anyway, happy birthday. Love you. Thanks. All right. Hockey? Should we talk about hockey?
Yeah. Should we say that we do have a bonus episode coming out as well?
Oh, yes.
Just right at the start?
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. So you may know that we recorded a bonus episode last week covering the first 3 episodes of Heated Rivalry, and it has gone over very well with people. So we decided to go ahead and record another one for episode 4. So we recorded that yesterday, and we'll be getting that one up soon as well.
Yeah. No, fun.
I know. We're just podcasting machines over here.
That's what we do.
That's just what we do. We just podcast and watch hockey and talk about it. So, but this is our hockey podcast. So we'll talk about real hockey and not fictional hockey for the time being. Although I'm sure the fictional hockey will come up too.
Sure it will.
Of course. You can't not get away from it. All right. I think obviously the biggest thing we need to talk about, there's been some big trade news that has happened in the past couple of days.
Just epic proportions of disaster amongst the hockey world.
There have just been, boats have been rocked. It's been a lot. It's been a lot to deal with. So Friday morning, I think it was, I woke up and I was like looking through the internet and like, bang, Stuart Skinner and Tristan Jarry have been swapped.
Yeah.
So
I got an immediate text.
Yeah, immediate. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I was like, holy shit, this was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Edmonton Oilers, their goalie problems are fixed? ?
Well, yeah, I think so, right? Because Jarry's solid. And I mean, Skinner wasn't the problem, though, I thought.
I mean, they kept saying Skinner wasn't the problem, but he is definitely not the problem in Edmonton now.
Certainly can't blame it on him anymore.
There will be no hiding behind that. Godspeed, Jarry, because boy, it's going to be rough there for you.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah, this trade is interesting. I wouldn't call it an upgrade. I'd maybe call it a side grade at best.
It's a lateral move.
It's a lateral move. I think on everyone's parts. I get it because the goalies move laterally. So, yeah.
I wish I had thought of that.
No. Yeah. No. Okay.
I was just using corporate speak.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No. It's also a goalie thing. So there you go.
Yeah.
You're clever and you just didn't realize it yet.
Power of caffeine.
Exactly. So yeah. I mean, I think we're just going to see how this plays out. I think Jarry definitely had struggled last year. He was down in the AHL for a while on a sort of lengthy conditioning stint to sort of relearn how to goalie.
Right.
He's been back up, but hasn't really, I think, been consistent.
He's been like okay-ish, right?
Right, exactly. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they're just thinking a change of scenery for both of them will do some good. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really care what happens with Jarry because I don't have any kind of attachment to him, but I do hope Skinner fucking like just has shutout after this.
I mean, it would be great. I do think in both of their cases, they've been getting let down by the defense.
Yeah.
On both teams.
Sure.
There have been defensive breakdowns in Edmonton. There are defensive breakdowns in Pittsburgh. Neither is a case where you can blame it solely on the goalie. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I did. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just feels like it's like, okay, we're gonna fix this. Like Connor McDavid signed, like we have to do this for Connor McDavid. Let's get rid of this goalie and bring in this other goalie that's struggling. Like I don't get it. But I know the goalie market's real scarce right now. So
yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, I guess.
And then the crazy thing is that wasn't even the biggest trade news.
That was not the bombshell of the week.
That was not the bombshell of the week because this was Friday night, right? I don't know. Everything is blurring together.
It's been a blur ever since it went down.
I know. I'm still reeling.
Yeah, and you're not even a fan of either of these teams.
No, but I feel personally attacked by this trade. Quinn Hughes is no longer a Vancouver Canuck. He is now on the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what to feel.
I mean, if you just go on the internet, everyone will tell you what to feel, and it's not good.
It's not good. It doesn't matter who you're a fan of. You know, if you're a Vancouver fan, you're devastated because your sort of generational defenseman is now gone, like your face of the franchise.
Right.
Your captain has been traded.
Your captain has been traded.
Because Vancouver loves trading captains.
The main crux of that entire team.
The guy who has literally been carrying Vancouver on his back for years now is gone. If you're a New Jersey fan, you feel really bad because you thought he was going to come to you and play with his brothers. And now that's not happening.
Not for at least, a year and a half, right?
Right. He still has a year and a half left on his contract.
Yeah, Jersey can save their pennies in the meantime.
I guess they're going to have to.
Yeah.
And then all of us in the Central Division are like, listen, things are tough enough over here, like in the Western Conference.
Right. Every team's great.
Every team's great.
Well, most of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, especially like in the Central between like the Stars and then Colorado and then Minnesota's been really good. Like people go home and, early in the playoffs because of the way the fucking playoff seeds are, which is a travesty.
Right.
And now you're going to fucking bring in an amazing defenseman.
Yeah.
To one of our divisional rivals.
Right.
Personally attacked. Seriously.
Yeah, right. Because any of those four teams, right? Vegas, Minnesota, Dallas, and Colorado, are real good.
Yeah.
Any of them could, make a run, but they can't because they're all got to play each other.
Yeah. It was already bad. And then oh, hey, guess what? We got Quinn Hughes now. Really, guys? Really?
Well, I mean, at least Dallas has their decor to, oh boy.
Yeah. Our stellar group of defensemen who are basically just dead and dying.
Right.
So
it's not looking good.
Listen, we'll talk more about Dallas later on. I don't feel as bad as I could about the situation there, but this certainly didn't make my day.
Yeah. I think only Minnesota fans are psyched about this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's safe to say. Literally Colorado fans and Dallas fans are bound together. We're oh, I hate you, but I understand your pain right now.
This is bad for both of us.
Yeah, we're all in hell right now, together, in a different way than usual, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I am excited for Quinn, honestly.
Well, he has been looking even more like a haunted doll than usual.
Yeah, for sure.
So the ghosts in his head have been very loud.
Minnesota's a lovely place.
It is. It's very nice.
I think it'll be good for him. He likes fishing and stuff, right?
I'm sure he does.
Sure. The people in Minnesota are fantastic. There's just a welcoming, lovely bunch of people that live in that state. Other than the terrible people that probably live there too. But,
well, yes, but that's everywhere at this point.
But him and Kaprizov and Boldy and the other guy, Faber, holy smokes, right? And we watched them play Dallas, which we'll talk about, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And I just feel like he fits into their style of play real good.
They were looking very scary. They were looking very fast. They're always sort of physical and hard hitting, but they're also looking extremely speedy.
Yeah.
And connected right now.
Yeah, they weren't playing boring hockey. It was real dynamic, real cycling, fast and movement, and holy smokes, you got him at the helm there. Adding
somebody with that kind of foot speed and skill is frankly terrifying to me. And I don't like it.
Well,
and I don't think that they should have done that. And I wish they would have called me first.
I think a lot of people would have preferred to get a call on that one first.
Yeah, but me especially.
Yeah, well,
very special and important.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting for them, but it's rough for everyone else.
Yeah, here, I didn't think Dallas was going to get Quinn Hughes. With what money? We don't have any. But I just didn't think he was going to go to a divisional rival, and I'm still reeling.
Yeah, no, I thought I feel like he belongs on the East Coast, but
yes, send him east. Let him be with his family.
But I think this is a transition to the East Coast, right? He's gone West Coast. Now he's going to the middle. It's kind of the same climate-ish, except less rainy.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Yeah.
The hockey world is crazy.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. It's all crazy. What if all the Hugheses come to Minneapolis or to Minnesota? What then?
What then?
What then?
I mean, the GM of Minnesota is kind of a baller.
Yeah, except for his terrible opinions about who should be on the U.S. hockey team.
Well, yeah. I mean, other than those terrible opinions, he seems to know how to like give people money and get good people on his team sometimes.
Yeah, that can backfire though, because the last time Minnesota gave a bunch of people money, it was like Ryan Suter. So
hey, you don't talk bad about Ryan Suter.
Yes,
Not in this house.
Yes, I do.
Not in this house.
You wouldn't even know who Ryan Suter was if it weren't for me.
That guy's incredible. Was incredible.
Maybe many years ago. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Trade news. That was a lot.
Yeah.
So now that we've gotten all the trade news away, we can check in with our regular segment. It's the injury report.
I get knocked down.
On Tuesday, the Avalanche played the Nashville Predators, and my poor sweet angel baby, Scott Wedgwood, got injured during the shootout when Philip Forsberg crashed right into him.
Oh, really?
Just bowled him right over.
Yeah.
I showed this to you.
Did you?
Yes.
Who got hit?
Scott Wedgwood.
He did?
He got taken out during a shootout.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Philip Forsberg just tripped over something in the ice and just ran right into him.
I must have seen this.
You must have, because I showed it to you.
I definitely saw this. Well, that's a bummer.
He's half a hockey fan, everybody.
That's a real bummer.
Yeah. Luckily, he has made a comeback. He, I believe, played last night, so it wasn't bad. But yeah, he got pulled by the concussion spotter. It was a big thing. They had to put Blackwood in, but then he didn't end up having to take a shot. So it was just wild. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I don't know. It was crazy. I just have never seen anybody like just bowl into a goaltender during a shootout before.
It's a little silly.
It is a little silly. It definitely seemed to be accidental, though. It was just really bad ice.
Forsberg's not a bad dude.
No, he, to his credit, immediately was like checking on Scott and making sure he was okay.
And yeah, former teammate too.
Yes, of course. For briefly.
However long.
For a period of time.
Yeah. He might have the Snidely Whiplash mustache, but he's not tying anyone to train tracks.
Unlike Mason Marchment,
who's definitely tying multiple people to train tracks.
Constantly tying people to train tracks at all times and then falling down dramatically while doing so.
Yep.
On Friday night, Chicago played the Blues, and with less than a second left in the game, Connor Bedard took one last face-off against Braden Shen and managed to get injured.
I saw this.
Yes. So that looked super scary, and I'm still not exactly sure what happened. But
I don't know. The coach said freak accident, and people, it seems divided, like if it was dirty, if it was, I don't know. It was just real weird looking.
It was just very weird looking. I'm not sure what happened, but literally like 0.8 of a second left on the clock. Like, what a terrible time to get injured.
Yeah.
And then I know that the Hawks played yesterday and Bedard was not playing. So that's not ideal for them. So hopefully he makes a speedy recovery because he's kind of the glue that holds that team somewhat together.
Yeah. And like Olympics and stuff. Yeah. I mean, if the Olympics happen.
Well, yeah. And he's not officially on the team or anything. He's on the bubble. But, still, I think the odds are slim for him because, the hockey, it's like an old boys club and they don't like to take the new children as much. But he could still do it.
I mean,
theoretically.
True.
We'll see. I mean, with the rate everybody else is getting injured, I think it might just be last man standing at a certain point.
I think it needs to go no contact at this point to protect the Olympics.
Pretty much. And then Logan Cooley from the Mammoth is out for a minimum of 8 weeks with a lower body injury.
Yeah, that's a bummer for them.
Absolutely a bummer for them.
He's kind of critical.
From as far as I can tell, yes. Yeah. The Mammoth are still a bit of a non-entity to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm working on it.
He's kind of a non-entity too.
Yeah, he's supposed to be great.
No, he's great. He's just boring as hell.
Well, I can't say that necessarily. He just hasn't made an impression on me, but maybe that says more about me than it does about him.
Well, I'll tell you, he's boring as hell.
Okay, well done. So we have some notable game moments from around the league. Tuesday was comeback day in the NHL. So in the same game where Wedgwood is taken out, the Preds were up 3-2 and the Avs tied it up with 8 seconds left on the clock. And then it did eventually go to shootout, which the Preds won.
Okay.
That same night, Vegas was down 4-3 against the Islanders, but they tied it up with 14 seconds left. Then Buffalo was leading Edmonton 3-0 at the start of the third period, but the Oilers managed to score 3 unanswered goals, including one with 2 seconds left on the clock to tie it up.
Yep.
And then finally, in a battle of the birds, the Ducks and the Penguins played a really tight game all night. The Ducks were trailing by 1, and with less than a second left, Beckett Seneca tied it up. It was one of those, like, they had to play the overhead of the goal to see it going in under the pad.
Yeah, the horse race camera or whatever to see.
Right, yeah, the finish line.
The finish line
the
camera.
nose over the finish line. So that game went to a shootout, and the Ducks were the only team to complete the comeback that night. But the Ducks did, in fact, win in the shootout there.
Yeah, that was a cool end to that one. I think we saw that or watched the clips of it, right? And
yes.
Beckett Seneca, like, good for him.
Yeah, he'll always be the holy fuck kid at the draft to me. And he's just living up to all of the potential that Anaheim saw in him to have him jump so many spaces in the draft.
Yeah.
He's doing incredible. So.
And this, you know, when you see like people leaving the stands when it's 3-0 in the third, like this is stay till the end. You got to watch till the end. This shit happens all the time.
I have seen so many crazy, improbable comebacks. Like I will never leave a hockey game early, ever. I'll be the last one to leave.
Absolutely.
It's just...
And the same on television. You flip it off, you wake up the next morning, you're like, what? They won 10-4?
Yeah, like how did they score 10 goals in 2 minutes? I don't understand, exactly. But they did somehow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And we saw that last season. Like so many people regretting turning off like various games and just being like, I missed the game of the century.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's a you problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, these kids today have no loyalty.
No. Notably Vancouver and Dallas last year. A lot of people turned that game off.
I don't know why you have to keep bringing that up to hurt me.
That game was incredible.
I'm sure it was for other people. I didn't personally like it that much. Why can't we ever bring up the time the Stars came back and beat the Preds with like 11 seconds to go?
Oh, that was a good one too.
That was a really good one. Yeah. That was like 2 years ago. Anyway, comebacks happen all the time. They're great. They're very cool. But even though there were 4 comebacks that night, that wasn't even my favorite comeback of the week. That happened last night. The San Jose Sharks were in Pittsburgh. The Penguins definitely had control over the scoring for the majority of the game. Heading into the third period, they were leading 4-1. And then 3.5 minutes into the third period, Parker Wotherspoon from the Penguins hit Will Smith into the boards. And William Eklund went up and gave him a good shove and then promptly got out of the way, presumably because he could hear Macklin Celebrini coming in for the kill.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing that you don't do, it's mess with Will Smith when Macklin Celebrini's around.
No, apparently not.
He was just on that guy. He was just came in swinging.
How very dare you, he said.
Yes. Why would you do that to my emotional support line mate?
Yeah.
I cannot even believe you would do that.
Did he get like an instigator thing for that?
He got a double, he got 4 minutes for roughing. Okay. And then the other guy got 2 minutes for roughing. So it's kind of offsetting penalties, but the Penguins did get a power play out of it.
Okay.
Basically. So he did not get an instigator or misconduct.
Could have easily though.
Probably could have, yes. But I think it helped that it very quickly devolved into fighting with everybody. So they just kind of separated out the two. And it was not like the greatest looking hit on Will Smith. So, Yeah. Anyway, Macklin Celebrini took that personally.
You don't want him taking things personally.
You certainly do not. Mm-mm. So he served out his penalty. The Penguins did score one more goal, taking the score to 5-1. And then the San Jose Sharks just put on a show. Mm-hmm. So it all started with John Klingberg, former Dallas Star, who did one of his just signature, just like heavy shot, like great goal.
The Kling bomb.
No, nobody calls it that. Anyway, he got a goal. And then we had goals from, I think, Macklin Celebrini. We had probably William Eklund. I think Tyler Toffoli. I didn't even write down who scored all the goals. There were so many goals.
Toffoli had a good one where he kind of fell down over somebody at the end by the net. Like he cleaned up like a rebound or something.
And that was an assist from Celebrini. Celebrini didn't have any points all night. And then after Will Smith got injured, he had a goal and 2 assists. Yeah. Because he was like, not my friend.
He went full like, you know, that scene in Kill Bill where like the siren goes.
I know the siren noise. Yes, that was exactly him.
He was just like, now you're dead.
Yeah, he's like, now you're dead. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Who is he going to sit and have coffee and watch people with? Yeah. Like, who's going to drive him to the games? Like, you just don't do that. No. Like, you don't mess with a boy's best friend. Like, no, you just simply cannot. No. So, yeah, basically the Sharks tied it up and went into OT. And then they pulled off the win where John Klingberg had his second goal of the night. Right. So after everyone's been complaining about John Klingberg for weeks and weeks.
Right.
had a great week last week.
You were saying people were talking shit about him, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, fine, I'll just start scoring goals.
Yeah, exactly. So like in Dallas, we've been like, we'll take him back. Like we love John Klingberg, but yeah, I don't know. He's showing up and showing out now. So, and yes, that OT game winner was an assist from Celebrini as well. So,
oh yeah,
yep. He's just like, nope, got to avenge my bestie.
Yep.
And I love that for him.
Yeah, no, you showed me the highlights, right? And it was just like all third period.
Literally, like they had two different highlight packages. Like one was the whole game, and then another one was just like the third period.
Right.
Like they were like, you don't even have to watch the rest of it. Like just come watch like starting here.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, yeah, no, it was great. I loved it. So, yep, in a week full of comebacks, that was the comebackiest of the comebacks.
Yeah. I did see the coach coming in and doing the talk after that game. He's like, amazing comeback or whatever, greatest thing I've ever seen. And he's like, I don't even know who had all the goals. Like, good job, everybody.
Yeah, no, same, literally same. It reminds me of several years ago, Joe Pavelski, when he played with the Sharks, got injured during a game against, I want to say it was Vegas, and had to leave the ice and they were down several goals. And then all of a sudden, Joe said he was like back there and he just kept hearing the goal buzzer go off and off and off. And they came back from a huge deficit to win the game. And same thing. So, yep, got to play for your bros sometimes.
Playing for the bros.
Playing for the bros. Love it. Speaking of the Sharks, earlier in the week, they were in Toronto. And Sharks defenseman Sam Dickinson is from Toronto. And this was his first time playing in his hometown. And there was this thing that popped up online. So, you know, like when you're a kid in elementary school, they have you sort of fill out different things, you know, about like what I'm going to be when I grow up.
Oh, sure.
And so for his grade 2/3 class, which I guess like a blended class, they asked what he wanted to be when he grew up. And he said, I want to be a professional hockey player. I do not want to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Roasted. Yeah.
So it was great for that to pop up the same week he came back with a different team to play his hometown team, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, that's amazing.
And it's like dreams do come true. You can become a professional hockey player and you do not have to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You don't have to. And you definitely know what his no move clause is now.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's just like, nope. As soon as I can have a no move clause, guess what's going on it.
Absolutely. Fuck those guys.
I know. So yeah, young Sam Dickinson, smarter than everybody else. So good for that kid.
Yeah.
There is some other news from around the league. I just mentioned Joe Pavelski earlier. He was inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame this week.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. So that's great for him. We love that guy.
He's just great.
He's just great.
Like you can just look at his face and be like, that's probably a great guy.
Literally, they call him Captain America.
Right.
He's just a good dude. So we missed him in Dallas. I know he's enjoying retirement and golfing and everything, but I think we'd love to have him in Dallas too.
Yeah. Yeah. If he ever did like some kind of motivational speaking tour or some kind of mentorship thing, like I would go.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have advice that would be useful.
If nothing else, I would like want to go ask about like his hair care and beard care. Like that man has some follicles.
He does. He's probably just like, oh, I just splash some water in it in the morning. And you'd be like, fuck you.
I know, right? Ugh, terrible. There is an article on the NHL.com website that's part of an ongoing series about tattoos. And it's about like the Seattle Kraken. It's a series that they have. So this article interviews Mason Marchment about his only tattoo, which is the initials of his late dad, which he has on his wrist. And it's a really great article. He talks about his dad and their relationship and the nickname that they share, Mush. And it's very sweet. It's really nice to hear the way he talks about his dad, who he calls Papa, which like makes me want to cry for some reason. Just like this tall, snidely whiplash guy just talking about his Papa.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It's just super emotional. I'm such a parent. He also shared that he got his tattoo with Jake Ottinger. Otter's mom passed away a few years ago, so Otter got her initials tattooed on his forearm when Mason got his dad's initials tattooed on him. So in a way, it became this experience that they shared because they were kind of talking about tattoos and how they're this permanent thing and they should have this meaning. So the fact that that's what they chose to get their tattoos and they got them done together, I thought was like super special.
Super cool.
So, you know, there's been talk about maybe Mason Marchment could come back to the Stars, and some people are like, ew, no. And I'm like, yes, bring him back.
I mean, yeah, he's had his time to look good in a better looking uniform, but now he's got the uniform that everybody wants.
Oh my God, yes, bring those eyes back into the retro 99 jersey.
Right?
I demand that happens.
Holy smokes.
He would look so sick in those
eyes are going to be like beacons in that jersey.
Yes, they are. Oh, see, this is like why I should just be in charge of everything.
I know.
It's so good.
Dude's going to be like a lighthouse out there.
It's going to be fantastic. It's just going to distract all of the other teams with the cerulean orbs. Perfect strategy. Hire me, Dallas Stars. Devin Cooley has launched merchandise that says, nothing matters, nobody cares, we're all going to die, with all the proceeds going to Parachutes for Pets. And that's a really great organization. It helps people who have sort of fallen on hard times to stay with their pets.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought...
It is not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I mean, because pets need parachutes when they go skydiving.
They do. But I don't believe that is what this charity does. On account of probably it's not legal for pets to go skydiving. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, like seeing eye dogs can though, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I'm sure there's probably rules and regulations around it.
I'm going to start real parachutes for pets.
Yes.
Like actual parachutes.
Actual parachutes for pets.
Various sizes, small dog ones, cat ones, large dogs.
Horse ones.
Horse parachutes.
Yeah, you can have a pet horse.
Right.
So, all right. Well, you get started with that and let me know when you have a business plan drawn up and we'll see what we can do.
Man, I don't know if I have kind of the gumption to do anything.
That seems like a lot of work for a gag.
Yeah.
So, probably not a good idea. But no, I love that he did that. He has a pet bunny named Tito. And so Tito is on the merch too.
He's got a bunny.
He has a pet bunny named Tito.
I fucking love that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Your existential goalie with a pet bunny named Tito.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not love this guy?
No, that's awesome. I feel like I have heard of this charity before in some kind of NHL context, maybe.
Yes, I believe Sam Bennett used to partner with them before he went to Florida.
Yeah.
And I think some other players have too. I guess they're a pretty big charity there.
Nice.
So, yeah, in Calgary.
And it seems like I went to the website. I don't love the graphic design of any of these things, but it seems like it's on like reused shirts and stuff.
Yeah, it's like on thrifted t-shirts and thrifted sweatshirts, and then they make them made to order.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool and special, and it goes to a good cause. So I love it. I think that's great for him.
Yeah.
Other things that went on, I was just watching the Never Offside podcast with Kat Foley and Julie Petrie, and Lauren Kyle McDavid was on this week. And it was mostly a lot of her sort of talking about her various businesses and things. It was funny listening to her for so long. I realized she talks exactly like my cousin. So it was actually kind of pleasant. It was like listening to my cousin talk.
Wow.
But we learned some interesting things. One, when they went on, I believe it was on their joint honeymoon with the Edmonton Polycule, that Leon and Connor enrolled in a pickleball tournament at the resort they were staying at.
As one would.
As one would, on your romantic getaway with your wives, sign up with your bro to play pickleball.
Yeah.
And they got their asses kicked by like an older couple.
Love this.
So I just think that's great. And I really do appreciate that like Connor and Leon's wives seem really determined to keep them humble.
Yeah.
By putting all of this information out there about what losers they are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of technique with the pickleball.
I imagine so. I don't know anything about it, but
no?
I've heard it doesn't involve pickles, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, no pickles involved.
Yeah, it just seems like false advertising to me.
Yeah. So. We have a pickleball court down the street. We should go play sometime.
All right, that's going to happen never. But
yeah, I'm not going down there.
No, definitely not going to happen. She also mentioned that people have really reacted to Connor having his ketchup phobia that came up during the Amazon series.
Yeah.
She feels a little bad about blowing up a spot about that because people do come dressed like ketchup bottles, which he knows about and finds very bemusing.
Nice.
He's just like, yeah, there's people dressed like ketchup bottles at the game again, I guess. Like, what a weird thing. But she said, the ketchup phobia is real. He and his brother both have it. She described it as early onset ketchup phobia.
Yeah.
And she doesn't think that they've ever even tried ketchup. They just are afraid of it. And she does have it in the house, but like he won't even touch the bottle. So I just find that endlessly fascinating. I want to know more about the mechanisms of it because I have really irrational phobias too.
Right.
But like I kind of know what started those. I just don't know what makes you fear ketchup.
That's like some past life shit, right?
It's crazy.
Like died in a vat of ketchup or something.
Right. And the fact that he and his brother both have it, like what happened? Yeah. I just need to know about this.
They need to do some past life regression stuff, find out, get to the bottom of this.
It's fascinating to me. Like, I just want to know like what's up in that little psyche of his. Like, He likes black licorice and he's afraid of ketchup. Like, what a weird little brain. Like, I'm fascinated.
Something's not right in there.
I know. I really like it though.
Yeah.
Whatever's wrong with him, I like it. Like, I think that's very enjoyable.
It sure is.
And then finally, something we talked about on our bonus episode, but the Pride game was in Montreal on Monday at the Montreal Canadiens game. And they really embraced the show Heated Rivalry, and they showed the trailer for the first season of it on the Jumbotron before the game, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And then they had two actors from the show that they invited there, Francois Arnaud and Sophie Nélisse. And Francois Arnaud gave a French language interview during intermission. So I just really liked that an NHL team was acknowledging the show. And
the NHL team that like is funded by the people that funded the...
Well, yes, I do know there is some corporate synergy
for sure
involved. But, you know, Montreal in general has a great track record with supporting Pride. And I don't know. I think it was really nice that there was like some kind of an acknowledgement, because I would just assume that the NHL would want to distance themselves from the show.
Just fingers in the air, la, 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 la.
Mm-hmm. I can't hear you. It doesn't exist. So, yeah, no, I think that that's really great.
Yeah.
So, yep. Awesome. All right. Well, that's all the stuff I have. Did I miss anything that we need to talk about in Fred's corner of stuff we haven't talked about?
I only have a few things. You actually covered, like, Parachutes for Pets was in there.
Perfect. All right.
Because I thought I just love that, and I love him. He's great. So you know the Zegras head fake thing he did last week, trying to intimidate someone.
Yes, we did talk about that, and I said I believe that he has all the intimidation factor of a yappy purse dog. Yeah.
Well, there was a little squirrel on our deck earlier this week, and I did it towards the squirrel, and he got scared. So you know it's not that unintimidating.
Okay, so we know now that Trevor Zegras could potentially intimidate a squirrel.
Yeah, Chubbs was unaffected by it, but this little guy who was kind of new to the world, totally afraid of me behind the glass door.
So young squirrels intimidated by the Trevor Zegras head fake.
Absolutely.
Old, grizzled, fat squirrels, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, Trevor, good job, buddy. Like, we'll keep testing out your intimidating factors on the wildlife, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. We also saw, I think this was ESPN, Eric Johnson doing a walk-in interview with...
Yes, with Gabe Landeskog.
That was friggin' awesome.
It was really good. Yeah, it was on Hockey Night in Canada, and it was during one of the other games. It was sort of leading up to the Avalanche we're going to play later.
Probably clarify it wasn't really Hockey Night in Canada. It's our Hockey Night in Canada, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so.
It's just the ESPN.
Yeah. We just call everything Hockey Night in Canada if it's like the featured game.
Right.
So, yeah, everything's Hockey Night in Canada to us pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, but yeah, no, they had sort of the featured game of the night, and then the Avalanche were going to be playing next. And so they had Eric Johnson interviewing Gabe Landeskog, and they were walking through the arena.
Yeah, straight up like Aaron Sorkin, like
West Wing walk and talk vibes. But it was great. I was so impressed with Eric Johnson. He was wearing his nice teeth. He had a fancy double-breasted suit on.
He had a big ass watch on.
I didn't notice that, but there you go. And he was asking really great, incisive, thoughtful questions. He wasn't stumbling over them at all. Like, I was like, oh, EJ is smooth with this.
Yeah, he's going for TJ Oshie's job, and he's already secured that spot.
I mean, I think we agreed that you and I could do TJ Oshie's job, and we are not broadcast professionals.
TJ Oshie's got to go.
The only thing he's got on us is that he used to play hockey.
Yeah, he might have some knowledge about the game and know some people, but other than that,
yeah, we're good. Probably the cat could do it.
Yeah,
like, we're fine.
Yeah.
No, I thought he did such a great job with it, and then I think it helps, obviously, that he and Gabe are besties, but Gabe seemed so relaxed and they had such a good time with it. And really, I think started out kind of serious and everything, but then by the end, they were kind of joking around. And I loved the vibes of it. It was one of the best interviews I've seen them do.
Yeah, no, totally. I was like buried in my phone when it was going on, and I like looked up. I'm like, who is this person asking these great questions? Holy shit, it's Eric Johnson.
Which is so great because like, last year, you didn't even know who Eric Johnson was.
I denied his existence for quite some time.
You did. Even when you knew who he was, you would pretend you didn't.
Yeah.
So now though, you cannot deny him. He's the undeniable Eric Johnson.
No, he's incredible.
Yeah, he did a great job.
And then I only have, I have a couple more things. Drew Doughty's mom.
Yes, Drew Doughty's mom.
In the locker room after the game, giving a speech.
Yes, she was breaking down sort of, I think, like kind of giving a like, oh, you guys did a good job. And then the coach said something to her. And then she said, okay, well, you sucked in the second period.
Which was great. Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. And let's see, there wasn't much PWHL action this week. I don't know if it was like an off week for them or whatever, but the Charge goalie, Gwyneth Phillips, on social media, they realized that she doesn't know anything about hockey.
Right. They did a thing with her, a video where it was like one of those sort of like asking questions that we think she should know, but doesn't.
Yeah, like name this hockey player. It was just her friends too. It wasn't like a officially sponsored thing.
Right. But like she didn't know who, she kind of had to guess on Connor Hellebuck, I think.
Yeah. Didn't know Matthew Tkachuk.
Right. Yes. She was like, oh, I thought it was the other Tkachuk when she was told it was a Tkachuk.
Right.
But she didn't realize which Tkachuk it even was. And then she had a hard time with, who else did she have a hard time with?
Some notable.
Austin Matthews.
Oh, yeah. She couldn't get Austin Matthews.
Couldn't get Austin Matthews. She's like, no, I know him, but like, I don't know him, but I know him.
She was so funny.
Yes. And then I think Carey Price. She couldn't get Carey Price.
I couldn't get Carey Price either.
Well, no, but you're half a hockey fan.
Yeah.
So she's a whole ass goalie.
Right.
So that was wild. And yeah, no, that was really fun. So that kind of went viral. And then she posted from, I think she was in an Edmonton game and posted on her Instagram stories or something. And she was like, since everybody's making fun of me for not knowing.
Guess I got to go here and pay attention or something.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So that was great. I loved that.
And then we also flipped on the Blackhawks and the Blues at one point and saw a fight. And there were 2 fights in this game, apparently.
Yes, that's right. I think one fight was okay, but the one that we saw
No, they both
were they both bad?
Yeah,
okay.
So Dylan Holloway and Connor Murphy, I think, is the fight we saw.
That's the one we saw. It was truly the saddest fight I've ever seen in the NHL.
Right, like they should be fined for that. Like,
right, just for like bad fighting.
Bad fighting.
Not like excessive fighting, but like just a bad, like lazy attempt at a fight.
Yeah, just real bad. And then we didn't see this one, but Logan Mailloux, who's maybe Mailloux and Colton Doc, I don't know.
Doc, I think.
Yeah. They fought as well at like center ice, and that one also sucked.
I had seen clips of that one, I think, or I knew clips existed. I think I just maybe assumed that one wasn't as bad because the one that we saw was so...
Technically, it wasn't as bad, but it was still like, geez.
Because nothing could be as bad.
Right.
It was like... I have had more energetic slap fights with like my sister when we were children than that one that we saw with Dylan Holloway.
Yeah.
It was truly, truly appalling.
Yep. So anyway, that's all that wraps Fred's corner of stuff.
Fred's corner of stuff we haven't talked about, but now we've talked about it.
Yep.
I like it. All right. So let's talk about our hockey teams.
All right, cool. This week I didn't watch much hockey. My brain was elsewhere with other things, but
yeah, I did watch hockey, but I'm not going to really talk about it too in depth because there's not like a lot of great stuff to talk about, really.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Flyers. On Sunday, the Avalanche played the Flyers and the Avs won 3-2. On Tuesday, the Sharks played the Flyers and the Flyers won that one 4-1. So I always feel bad rooting against the Sharky boys, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
So that was actually a pretty fun game. The Flyers had a super slit goal from Dvorak, and then they have a new call-up, Carl Grundstrom, who had his first goal as a Flyer. And then we also saw a goal from Noah Cates, and then Travis Konechny got an empty net goal, which we were like, yay for TK.
Yeah, he got one.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, he's definitely been struggling to the eye, but he's still putting up points and things. But yeah,
he's still working out there.
He's still working out there. He's doing what he can. He's just struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
On Thursday, Vegas came to Philly to play the Flyers. And the bad news is the Flyers lost 3-2. But the good news is it went to overtime. So they got an overtime point.
That's their game plan.
And then last night, the Hurricanes were in Philly to play the Flyers, and it's pretty much the same story. The bad news is that the Flyers lost 4-3. But the good news is they went to the shootout and somehow managed to not win in a shootout, which I didn't see how it went.
Yeah.
But, that's crazy. But they got another overtime point. So there you have it. They're still just hanging in there.
They're going to clinch the playoffs with single point, performances. There's
so many teams that are going to extra time and getting those extra points that right now I think there's only 3 or 4 teams that are below 500 in the win percentage right now, which is just mathematically improbable.
Yeah.
But that's just all of the overtimes are just, throwing things off.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. All right. The Dallas Stars. We're going to get the bad news out of the way first and talk about the games.
Okay, first.
Yeah. So Sunday, the Penguins played the Stars, and the Stars did win that one in a shootout. So that wasn't a particularly exciting game. We did have a really nice goal from Jamie Benn after a great setup off the rush from Roope Hintz. And then Miro Heiskanen scored the game-tying goal, which took us to OT. And we ultimately won it in the shootout thanks to Mikko Rantanen. It was really nice to see Miro Heiskanen producing offensively. I feel like his offense really struggled under Pete DeBoer, particularly last year. And he's such a solid two-way defenseman. So it's really nice to see him like getting goals again.
Yeah, no, I think I saw some of this game, but yeah, I feel like I just kept getting zoned out, like watching it.
Yeah, even though we won, it felt kind of like a low, I don't know, it's just kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
Not super high scoring. It just was not, I don't know, didn't super engage me.
Yep.
Tuesday, we were in Winnipeg to play the Jets, and Esa Lindell scored less than a minute into this game, which was already a good sign for me as a longtime Esa Lindell truther. And the Stars started to build up a decent lead. We got goals from Roope Hintz, and we had a goal from Alexander Petrovic, which was great. The Jets did put up a fight, but Jason Robertson sealed the game with a goal in the third period, and we won 4-3. So that was really nice.
I don't think I saw any of this game.
I feel like you saw a little bit of it. Eric Comrie was in because Hellebuck is still out. We had our backup in the goal, I believe, Nottinger. So, but yeah, I think you were kind of just wandering in and out of this one. And
yeah, this wasn't a good week for me to watch hockey.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, listen, I'm barely functioning myself. I get it. Thursday, the Stars went on to Minnesota to play the Wild, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We did lose this game 5-2.
All right, this game I watched.
Yes. I will say 2 of those were empty net goals, so it's not quite as bad as it looks. We did have a really scary moment near the end where Roope Hintz went down. He got hit by a puck hit by Miro Heiskanen, who can hit the puck pretty hard.
Like a screamer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it hit him kind of right in like that place in the leg, kind of where the shin padding and the skate boot, there's like a little gap. So everyone was like, well, fuck, I hope he didn't break something. So fortunately, it was okay. He played again last night. So, but we did worry for a few days. We're like, no, not our beautiful Finnish diva. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that game, yeah, you did watch some of it. It was, I think, a pretty lackluster game for the Stars, it felt like.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they did anything. Like they scored goals, I guess. But again, I was mostly noticing the Wild.
The Wild looked great. They really, really looked good. They were fast. I mean, the game started out, I feel like both teams were playing pretty fast and playing against each other, with like kind of equal oomph, I guess. But I don't feel like the Stars could really like persist with it.
Yeah.
So, and the Wild did. And yeah, the Wild are just looking so much faster and more confident, and they really look like they could be scary for sure.
No, they were fun to watch. Sorry to say.
Yeah, I know, same. And then last night, the Panthers were in Dallas to play the Stars, and we lost this game 4-0, which is not a good look. We just never really got going last night. It was a very slow game. I mean, at first, like the first period, there were like no shots from either team. It was pretty dull.
Yeah.
But then the second period, the Panthers came out and scored early, and they scored 3 goals in the second period, and we could just never make anything happen. We did look a lot stronger in the third period, but Bobrovsky was just on one. So
yeah. Yeah, I saw about 2 or 3 minutes of this game. I saw like some of the opening. I saw that goal like 19 seconds into the second period. And then I went away and I came back and I had missed a text from you. And I was like, how was it? And you were just like melting in the chair.
I was like, nah, this wasn't a good one. It was fine. I don't know. I'm not stressing too bad about it. We had a really good run for a long time. We had like a franchise like point streak going into the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
It was kind of time for us to lose and go on a downturn. Like that's hockey. It's an 82 game season.
You're not going to win them all.
Exactly. So, I think we're still struggling with those injuries. Like we've now got Bischel out. Nils Lundqvist came back for like 2 games, but is now back out with an illness. So, I mean, that poor guy can't get healthy. We do have people who are come back in now, like Thomas Harley, but he really only played 4 games at the start of the season. So he is very much getting reacclimated.
I would say him and Duchesne haven't been noticeable from what I've noticed.
Right.
or haven't noticed.
Yeah. No, they have still not kind of, I think, found their way back in yet. And they're really, I guess actually Harles had played more than 4 games. It was Duchesne I was thinking of who had only played 4 games. But Harles was struggling before he took his time out. I think he was maybe injured before he took time off. And he still is not quite there. And you know what? That's okay. Like, it's still pretty early in the season. We're doing all right. We're still in a playoff position spot. I'm not concerned about 2 games.
Yeah, we haven't even hit the halfway point.
No.
And the halfway point is where I start to like crash out on like, holy shit, this hockey's still going on.
Yes.
At game 42, I'm just going to like kind of freak out. I'm going to just have a moment where I'm like, fuck, they're still playing hockey.
And I'm going to be like, oh no, the season's half over. What am I going to do when the season ends?
Exactly.
We are 2 very different people.
And then right around game 60, I'll be right back into it.
There you go. Well, there were some good things in this game. First of all, we had an old school Jamie Benn fight.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this.
Yeah, somebody kind of took a run at him. Yeah, you had to go pick up our daughter. And so this happened right after you left.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody kind of took a run at him and missed. And then I guess somebody else kind of came for him and Jamie was not having it. And it was just the gloves were off. He popped the other guy's helmet off and like got 4 or 5 punches in before anybody else could even like knew what was happening.
Yeah, he's like, if I don't have a visor, you can't have a visor either.
Exactly. And it was just really nice because I feel like the last couple of seasons, Jamie's fights have felt very sort of obligatory.
Right.
Like, I think because Pete didn't want them fighting. So whenever he did fight, it was just because he knew Pete would allow it. And so it was very much like this sort of pomp and circumstance kind of vibe.
Right.
And now it was like, oh, no, there's nothing holding me back. Like, I can just fight if I want to fight. Like, this is great. And he was just feeling zesty. And he just went for it. And it was great. And obviously, he was just trying to juice up the team, too. So it didn't work, but I liked seeing it.
There wasn't enough orange to squeeze.
There was no juice left to squeeze in those oranges. But that was great. And then also our favorite resident meatball, Justin Ritzkovian, was looking very spicy throughout the game. There was one sort of scrum that happened and it ended up with Ritzkovian basically tackling Evan Rodriguez onto the ice and just fully on top of him.
That's kind of fun.
It was great. We should watch the clips of that. And then so he and Rodriguez were sent to the box. They each got 5 for fighting. And then at the very end of the game, Ritzy was like getting right up in Brad Marchand's face and they were jawing at each other. And a couple more Panthers came up and were getting in the mix. And Ritzy did not give a fuck. He was ready to throw down with everybody. And like the Stars are not people to do a lot of like shit talking after the game has ended. So for Ritzy to be like in there, just he is a spicy little meatball. And I just really enjoy that about him.
Yeah, no, I love that. I didn't see any of that either, but I do like him kind of going after the short stacks.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, I believe he might even be shorter than Marchand.
Oh, no, really?
He did not look quite as tall as Marchand, honestly.
That's funny.
Like
Marchand has lifts in his skates, though.
Probably, yeah. So, no, they were jawing at each other. It was great. And yeah, the refs had to like get involved and stuff. And I was like, I like that fire. I like it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd way rather see that than them skating off all dejected afterwards and being all sad boys about it. So
yeah, and I know like last week, right? Wasn't there like the most punchable face in the NHL kind of poll or whatever? I don't know where Evan Rodriguez placed or if he did, but man, that dude's face is pretty punchable in my opinion.
There was that poll going around, and I think Jamie Benn got like 1 vote, which I was like, you know what? That's pretty good for him.
Yeah, right?
I believe Matthew Tkachuk was way up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sorry, Matthew Brendan Tkachuk.
Yes, do not call him his nickname.
No, he is from now on getting the full government name treatment because I'm a girl and I'm not allowed to use nicknames.
Right.
So, I wouldn't want to disrespect him.
Yeah.
Like that. Anyway, so that was all the on ice stuff, but I didn't want to end on a bummer note. So I have some off ice stuff that was pretty fun.
All right, good. This is good.
Yeah. So one thing is that Otter was the second star of the week last week.
Nice.
So that was great. He has definitely been doing well. And another thing is that the boys are once again having some fun on the ice and off the ice, which I like. There was a video of the boys at practice this week doing just sort of casual drills. It was like they were playing, but sort of at like 10% speed. And Rope passed a puck to Mikko Rantanen, who threw his arms in the air and celebrated as though he had scored a fantastic goal. And he kind of kept his arms up until Rope also threw his arms up and skated over for a hug. And then meantime, Jamie Benn is just behind them, just playing with a totally straight face. Like, yes, this is completely normal for them to be selling in practice.
Love that.
It was very cute.
Mikko's a room guy.
He is such a room guy. It's really nice. And it's nice to see Rope having fun. So I love that for them. Just great energy. And then there's also a fantastic video where Colin Blackwell and Wyatt Johnston are doing media in the locker room. And Colin is talking to whoever's interviewing him about how he can touch a basketball rim. And then Maverick Bork scoffs loudly at him. So the camera kind of swings around and he's like, you can touch a rim? Like,
right.
Very disbelieving of it. And then Colin's like, yeah, no, I can. My vert is like 40 inches, whatever, or 43 inches. And then Wyatt overhears another great, what are we talking about? And then he's like, this is impossible. My vert is only 39.3 inches. And he was like, but I had a bad jump. And then they keep asking Colin Blackwell how tall he is. And he keeps dodging the question.
Yeah.
And Mav is just roasting him mercilessly. And Colin threatens to stuff Mav in a locker. And it's just very funny. And it just is chaotic and great. And this is like right after Colin had all of these ungrateful little brats to his house for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And they are just tormenting him mercilessly.
Yeah, no, it's real good to see their actual personalities because you got a taste of that. Because I know everyone loves Blackwell and we do too. But like that was the most fun I've seen him like kind of just having.
Oh, yeah. No, he was definitely talking it up and really putting on a persona. He said he had more ups than a UPS truck. UPS actually commented on the Dallas Stars post, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like flexing his muscles and they were just being very fun and very silly. And I very much enjoyed it. And I think you can also see how much of a role Maverick Bork plays in the locker room there. Yeah. I think he is just your resident little French Canadian shit talker who just likes to needle everybody. And I think he's everybody's like favorite little bro. And I just thought it was really sweet and nice. And I liked that. I liked that even though we lost a few games, I'm still feeling good about the vibes. And yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yeah. And as someone who's 6'2" and can like kind of get my fingers over the top of a 10-foot rim, there's no way Blackwell can.
I wouldn't discount him.
I think he needs like a Dirty Dancing lift to like get up there.
Maybe if he gets like a mini trampoline.
Yeah. Oh, with a trampoline.
Like Harlem Globetrotter kind of
Absolutely.
vibes.
Absolutely.
No, I wouldn't put it past him. He's real scrappy.
It's true. They do have like powerful legs, all of them.
It's true. Yeah.
I can't even imagine
quads and things.
39. What Johnston's got a 39-inch vert. Holy shit.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I have seen him like jump though. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
So no, I liked that. And then we don't have a game time this week, but I do have just a quick little thing I was going to do. I was talking with one of my fellow moderators about how I am the biggest Jamie Benn defender in the world.
You've been certainly, I don't know if you've ever represented him in court, but I know that you would.
I would for sure. Yes. My law license was specifically geared to Mason Marchment. He was my only client because he was so prolific with his ICE crimes.
Right.
But I have been a longtime defender of Jamie Benn. And I know that's kind of a controversial take, even among Stars fans, quite honestly. But no, I was talking with Damon and I was saying that I have been so defensive of Jamie Benn that one time at an Avalanche game, I was wearing a Benn jersey and the guy next to me was like, why Jamie Benn? Like, convince me.
Yeah, you go into enemy territory wearing a Benn jersey.
I'm hardcore.
At a playoff game.
Yeah. And you know what? I stand by it.
Yeah.
So no, the guy was like, tell me why Benn. And by the time I was done talking about it, he was like, you know what? I maybe hate him a little less. And I was like, I'll take that.
There we go.
So I just want to do a quick in defense of Jamie Benn. People, I think, look at Jamie Benn and they just kind of look at the past few years and they think, oh, he's not a super strong player anymore. He's kind of washed up. All he can do is hit people. He's a thug, blah, blah, blah. Like this is just the perception people have of Jamie Benn. And I think Jamie Benn is a really fantastic example of like what happens when people just work really, really super hard and don't necessarily have all that sort of like the natural talent. He is a two-sport player in high school. He was playing both baseball and hockey, and he could have gone pro in either direction. He ended up leaning towards hockey, but he's a great baseball player.
That's right. I remember seeing that. They took him to like the Rangers field or something. And
and he's hitting bombs.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was when I think you told me like the whole thing, like he could have easily just done baseball.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic at baseball. So this is, hockey's not even like his only sport.
Right.
So I think as a result of him sort of splitting his attention between hockey and baseball, he didn't go super high in the draft. He was a fifth round draft pick rather, and he went 129th overall. So that's not like great.
I guess not.
That's pretty late in the draft.
Sure.
I think it's pretty unusual for people who go that late in the draft to have the kind of career that Jamie Benn ended up having. But he went on to win a gold medal with Team Canada in the Olympics in 2014 in Sochi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, not a lot of people do. Yeah,
right.
that he was like that sort of, he was like a baby back then. He was kind of like that last batch of people to play in the Olympics in Sochi.
Was he playing against Hollander?
No, he would have been on Team Canada with Hollander.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yes, if Hollander was real. That same year, he won the Art Ross Trophy, which is the one where you get the most points in the league that year.
This I know.
And people say, well, but it was like the least points, like everybody had the least points that year. Like it was the lowest point scoring. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
he still had the most points, even if it was a low point scoring year.
That's nonsense. Get out of here with that argument.
I know. And then also, I think what people don't realize is that immediately after that season ended, he went and he had 2 hip surgeries within the course of a week. He was young, I think like 26, 27 at that point. Like he was a young guy and his hips were so thrashed, he needed to have 2 hip surgeries. And this is the same year basically that he wins the gold medal and gets the Art Ross. And he has to have both of his hips surgically repaired.
Yeah, which is nuts because that's some old person shit.
It is. Yeah. Like I have hip issues, but I'm in my 40s with like a chronic medical condition.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's completely insane. And so, over the years, his production has gone down, yes, but he also has been captain since 2013, which again, I think it's kind of unusual to be a captain when you are a 5th round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that just that in and of itself is kind of crazy, especially when you're somebody as soft spoken as he is. He is not a tremendously vocal person. You see that in the media, but even from what I've heard, behind the scenes, he's not like the noisiest of captains.
Yeah, no, he's when he talks, he's a little mumbly, he's a little quiet. His voice is maybe a little even higher pitched than you would imagine.
A little muppety.
He's a little yes, he's a little muppety. And yeah, no, for sure.
No, he's shy. Like he really is. And but people love him as a captain. Routinely, people who have been under him as a captain who move on to other teams still say that he's the best captain that they've ever had.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That like, I don't know what it takes to be a captain, but there's obviously something that he brings, some kind of like solidity or strength in that room that people seem to resonate with. Because I have consistently heard that he is a good captain. Yeah,
absolutely. So I think that he has a really bad rep, as being sort of a dirty player. I'm not going to say that he has never had bad hits or done dirty plays. He certainly has. But he has also played 1,200 games. And I think he's only been suspended once, maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
He has not faced a lot of discipline. He's faced a lot less discipline than a lot of other players.
Sure.
And I think it's inevitable that in 1,200 games, you are going to make some bad decisions and some bad choices, especially when you are a power forward who plays a physical game and is often sort of the enforcer, even though you're also the captain and, were a leading point scorer for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just kind of par for the course. But people just think he's like this untalented thug, and it just couldn't be any farther from the truth.
Yeah. And I've only known him. I've only known him.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Jamie only go back a couple of years.
Right.
If we're being honest. And, I have seen some of the dirty hit, a couple like notable in the last 2 or 3 years. And I don't know, none of those dirty hits ever seemed like super vicious to me because there's like nothing going on behind his eyes. It just seems like, oh, I did that thing. And then he just kind of buries his head and is like, I didn't do that thing.
There's something very like instinctual about it. Like
right.
There's not a lot going on in there sometimes, I don't think.
Yeah.
Definitely there are things that I would prefer him not to have done. Like when he went after Mark Stone in the playoffs a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was a really bad one. That was
and then him not just owning up to it.
And that was not a good look.
No.
It really was not. But I don't know. I get why people don't like him. I do truly understand it. Like, I probably wouldn't necessarily like him if he wasn't on my team. But by the same token, I just feel like people don't really understand the totality of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I do get annoyed when I see all of the sort of just lazy jokes about him. Like a lot of people are saying now, oh, the reason Mikko Rantanen has so many penalties is because Jamie Benn taught him how to be evil. And it's just like,
that's some dumb shit.
That's some dumb shit right there. Like, that's just not how Jamie operates.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just stupid. So,
yeah. And you've shown me like historical clips of like him and Sagan, and even recent stuff of just him like talking. Like the dude is funny, but it's real subtle. It's extremely dry. It's like the desert. His dryness is, makes me thirsty.
Yes, absolutely.
And not in that way.
Yeah. No, he is, I think, very hard to read from the outside too. But yeah, he's a unique and special snowflake.
Yeah, and he's been around the Finns a lot too, which probably like adds to that.
Absolutely. I think that's maybe why the Finns like him so much as a captain, because he's very taciturn.
Yeah, no, they're like, this guy gets it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think he just has been really great. I think he's been so important for the Stars. And I think even some Stars fans now kind of are like, oh, why are he's still around? He's so washed and everything. And I'm sorry, he's so important for the franchise. He's so important to the players. And I don't think that we get to see that as fans. So I will continue to defend Jamie Benn. And I know it's unpopular, but I don't care.
Well, I don't care either. I like the guy.
Yeah.
So,
well, you'd want to go bird watching with him.
Absolutely.
He's going to be very quiet. He's not going to scare the birds.
It's going to be very quiet.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I have today. I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of keep on watching hockey and keep on watching heated rivalry and just try to make it through Christmas at this point.
That's the goal. Get to next year.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be better in 2026.
I mean, it can't get worse, ? No, it definitely could. And on that high note, we're going to say that's the end of regulation for this week's episode of Ice is Slippery. You can find us on Tumblr, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram at IceIsSlipperyPod. You can also email us at IceIsSlipperyPod@gmail.com, where we would love to get suggestions for games and hear your hockey hot takes. Until next week, stay out of the penalty box.